Hello, hello. Tagging a few people, see if anybody wants to jump on. Hang out with me. I'm going to color some cute critters. Just tagging some people that are online that might want to jump on and say hi. So give me just a minute. I'm almost done. Okay, let's see who's here. Hi, Jen. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Rinska. Look, everybody's so prompt tonight. You guys are rocking it. I think I need to scoot my camera this way a little bit, so hold on for the earthquake. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. So, I don't know if you guys have seen this stamp set before. It's called Don't Hurry. It's these little snails, and they're so cute. And it says, don't hurry, be happy. And what if slugs were just snails who went through a divorce and she got the house? I think that's so funny. Anyway, we have them on reorder because they're out of stock. But if you like them, you can put them on your wish list or your notes. Or if you have them, you can pull them out because we're going to color them tonight. So, well, probably not all 5 of them, but we will color some of them tonight. So how's everybody doing? I have a little bit of a headache. I laid down a little bit before the live to try to get it to go away. It's not gone, but I'm not feeling too bad. Just a little headache. It's this weather and these allergies driving me crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And it has dies that go with it. So easy to cut out. Even the little present and the flower and this little party hat. So if you look down here, you can cut out this little party hat and put it on top of the little snail's head. It's kind of funny. You're a little tired. I'm tired too. Super tired. I had to get up at 6 a.m. this morning for a stupid test. Present and yeah, so it's super cute. So I picked 3. Funny that they're the 3 along this side. I don't know why, but I picked them. We can certainly do the other 2 on another night. Oh, a terrible cold that bites too. So I stuck them on here. You can tell that these 2 are my favorite because look at how discolored they are because I stamped them so many times. I did them for make and take at the end of last year. I used these instead of the girls with the Copic markers. So they got a lot of use out of them. So I've colored them all kinds of different ways. But we're going to try to pick even new ways tonight. But these guys are little, so I thought, I'll just grab 3 for now and we'll see how it goes. This one down here, I like to put a lot of detail in that one, so it might take a little while, but hey, I'm in for it if you are. So we have, I turned the ATC too, to go that way instead of this way. And if you don't have one of these espressos, you might want to get one because they are amazing. They make my life so much easier. And they make my hand hurt not so much. So those that were here last night, you remember me telling you I cleaned my car like top to bottom, like all manually? Well, I am feeling the pain today. Every muscle is sore. I was like, oh, I must be really out of shape. Because I can feel every muscle in my legs and my tiny, my arms and my shoulders. Like, dang, I did some heavy duty work yesterday. So I'm just putting these little guys back on here. I'm pretty picky about mine. I like them to be exactly on where the lines are drawn on the plastic so that when I look at it, I can see what it is. It drives me crazy when people don't put them back on the exact spot, because then I can't really tell what it is if I'm looking through them, you know. Well, I mean, mine, I know. You never feel it till the next day. That is so true. And because I was like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm not even sore. This didn't even make me feel sore. And then this morning I was like, oh, I'm a little sore. And then tonight I stood up and my husband said, what's wrong? And I said, oh, every muscle hurts. So, see, now you can see them all. They're right back on their black lines. They line up. That's the way I like to do it. I'm trying to do a little bit different. It is a lot of work. I'm trying to do a little, them a little different so they're not all water backgrounds for Jamie or all, you know, whatever. But she can do some cute little things with this, I think. Oh, so cute. It is a lot of work. Oh, leaning over. I bet cutting the front and back. Yeah, I bet you feel like that too. I have no doubt. I don't mow the lawn because I'm allergic to fresh cut grass. Now, why they wouldn't say I'm just allergic to grass, I don't know, but they always say fresh cut grass. So something about the fresh cut grass is terrible, wreaks havoc on my allergies. So I don't mow the lawn. My husband does that for me, and if he doesn't want to, then I'm more than happy to hire someone. Yes, always put them back in their spot. I'm very particular about that. It's been kind of killing me that I've had this one on my mini Misty, because we use this one in Jamie's class kit, and it's that little symbol from the tropical flora, and I have it set up perfectly so I can put the paper in here, stamp one side, and then I flip the paper around and stamp it again, and they're exactly lined up all the way across the card base. So Jamie was like, you got that so perfect, don't take it off. So I said, okay, and I left it on there. Hey, I found some projects I wanted to share with you guys. Do you remember when we went to Florida and we went to the Creativation? We talked about Creativation. Well, yeah, it's pretty cool. Those geometric designs are really neat, and Jamie loves them, so she was super happy that I lined it up perfectly. When we went to Creativation, I took a class, like an alcohol, that sounded funny. I guess I should finish that sentence. Some of those alcohol inks class where you use the little squeeze blower to blow the ink around, and we were going to make flowers. And then, so first we used this black paper that's made for alcohol inks. I'm going to flip it over in a minute so you guys can see. But this was my first time. Hi, Brenda. This was my first time ever using the alcohol inks to a really long extent. I did do it one other time with Tyler on a retreat that we did where I practiced with it. But this is the first time I really tried to make any project. So this is how it came out. This is super cool, huh? I just can't cut it down and make a card out of it. I just love it so much. I was so happy with how the inside of the flower came out. It was super fun, and it's got some shimmery alcohol inks too. But it came out so nice, and I was so proud of it. I took a picture and sent it to my daughter, and she was like, I want one. And so I think I might frame it for her at some point when I get tired of looking at it on my desk. And then here's the other one we did. It's pretty cool, huh? The lady that was walking around was like, wow, you're really good on the center of the flower. And I was like, well, I mean, when you color them all the time, you kind of know how to shadow them. So even though I didn't really know how to use the alcohol inks, it still was really helpful to have that technique under your belt. But I can't wait to play with these more. I want to play with them so much more, but I just haven't been able to yet. See, you guys like them too. I really like how they came out. I was super happy. But I can tell you the whole time during the process, the whole time, I kid you not, the whole time I was going, I don't like this. I can't do this. I'm not very good at this. And Jamie was like, just wait. It will come out fine. And I was like, I don't know. I don't like it. So she was teasing me. Thanks, Jen. And so she was, giving me a really hard time because I was complaining the whole time about how awful mine were going to look. And hers looked so beautiful. It was so perfect looking. And then she gets done with the class and she goes, here, you can have mine. I'm like, aren't you proud? Don't you want to keep them? And she was like, nope, not going to do anything with them. I was like, she's crazy. So I took hers. I kind of stood up because I made cards out of hers. I made cards out of her. Hi, Mom. I made cards out of hers. And so this is what this was her flower that she made that was like mine, these two. So I cut hers down a little bit. She had a whole lot more around the outside, but I needed it to fit on the card. So I made this one. And Tyler taught me this foil press while we were at his house. So that was pretty cool too. So I used that because it's a combo of Jamie and Tyler. And then I used this one that she made. I just loved how her flower came out, how her petals came out compared to mine. You can tell she has more experience. I mean, they're still pretty and they're a little different, but hers look way more like, I was like, these don't look like petals. This looks like a mess. And she was like, you just need to practice. But she gave me hers, so I made cards out of hers because, I liked them. And I just couldn't bring myself to cut this one down because it was so much bigger than hers. You can see she narrowed hers down just a little, scaled it down just a little bit. So I was like, So anyway, that was fun, and I found that in my craft room, so I was like, oh, I got to share that with them. I thought you guys might like to see that. So I think I'm going to start with this little snail right here. And I don't know why, but I struggle making the slug anything but like an olive green or a tan. For some reason, I've tried doing him in different colors, and I don't know. It just looks silly to me. We can certainly try one of them tonight in a different color. But I like to make their shells all kinds of cool colors. So, thanks, Mom. So, if you guys want to chime in, I think for this one, I'm going to use the olive, the YG 95, 93, 91, and maybe 97. No, for sure 97. So, we're going to use these four for the little body here. So, whatever color you guys want me to pull for the shell, I can do that. Red? Oh, it's so pretty when it's red. Okay, we can do red. Let's see. Let me pull some red. Let's do Jamie. Let's mix mine and Jamie's red. So usually Jamie uses the R29, 27, 24, but I'm going to stick my favorite color in there just because that's, the way I like to do it. So we're going to use R89, R29. Maybe we should use 27 too. We'll just throw that one in there. 27, 46, 24. We'll sketch them out on paper before we color with them just to make sure, but that's the red I think we'll go with for this little guy. And be thinking about some other colors because we got 2 more to go after that, these 2. So think of some other colors that you want to see the snails in, and we'll go from there. But let's go ahead and get started while we're chit-chatting. So I zoomed in But let me know if it's not enough. It's a little guy, so so just let me know. And I'm gonna try to do it a little bit sideways so you guys can see it. So first I'm gonna put this darkest shade underneath his shell because I feel like that's where he has a lot of deep shadow there. Not quite as much under his legs or under his slimy whatever he has going on there. And then I'm going to do right up here by the eye on both of them. And then I like to do just a little bit here, just to kind of give that a little bit more of an accent. Hi, Julie. Look at all you guys hanging with me tonight. Yay! I love it when I have people, when people come and hang out with me. You know, I think if I didn't do these lives, I'd hardly ever get to color these days. Hey. Okay, so now we're going to extend out from where we colored the darkest one.
You need to put a mailbox behind them so you have snail mail.
Jamie's going to color the backgrounds, honey. So, but that would be a good idea. So you can share that with her. She's not on the live tonight. She was not feeling that great. She was tired and wanted to get well rested before she has to travel. Okay, so I'm just getting some of this medium color in here. I'm going to extend from here a little bit. So you have to really hold your marker upright. I think I'm holding a piece of hair. I can see it when I color, but then I can't see it when I'm not. So I wanted to do a little bit from here because otherwise you'll have a really strong definition between that. And then I'm going to extend out and kind of go into this little lip area he's got going on right here. It makes me think he looks like an old man. I don't know why, but it just does. Yeah, that doesn't stick out too far. So my hubby's trying on part of his costume because he's trying to get the sword to attach to the costume so it doesn't get bumped by people when we're walking around. So he was asking my opinion. And then I really like these colors on this little slug. And then we're going to extend out some more. This is our third color in the combo, so I want to get some of this towards the ground. But I like how this color is much lighter and a little bit more olive than green. And I'm kind of using this one a little more like my true color. So the highlights will be the last one. Notice how I moved my marker to an upright position so that I could get a teeny tiny brush stroke in that little area. Oh, how come she hasn't done her lives? Yeah, she's been super busy trying to get everything situated because she's traveling. See, we're going to drive to Florida, but she has to travel here first and pack up a bunch of the product and stuff and bring it. So she's been super duper busy at home. I don't have to travel anywhere, so I have a little bit more time. I've had a lot of personal stuff sucking up my time, but that's why she hasn't. But I told her that it would be awesome if she could do, a couple of lives while she's here coloring the backgrounds, so you can see her color and you can see these get completed. So She said she might be able to do that while she's here. So we're going to try and do 1 or 2 of them before we leave for Florida. Oh, yeah, her hair's pretty cool. Yeah. I told her I told her that y'all were missing her. She was going to try to come tonight, but we talked earlier and she was like, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety, so I want to just taper that off. And I was like, no, I get it. You go rest. I've been telling her to get rest, because, you know, she needs rest if she's going to be flying and traveling. And not to mention that, but her flight she leaves in the evening. Yeah, she's very good at that. So she's going to do the background for all the ones that I'm doing the critters on. But she's flying out in the evenings. This is my colorless blender I got outside the lines, right up by his, see right up there by his eye, and I'm gonna fix that real quick. So she's flying in the evening and doesn't arrive in Texas until like 11:40 at night on Saturday. So it's also not her best time. She's more a morning person. So I was like, you need to get a lot of rest because you're going to be up late. So that's what she's doing, is getting her some rest. But soon enough we'll get back on track and she'll have more. But I think she's still trying to adjust to what she wants to do, whether it be oh, I didn't take it that way. Oh, I didn't take it that way at all. She's way more experienced at backgrounds than I am. She has been doing them way longer than me. But, so, yeah. But she wanted to do this, and she said, how about you color all the critters, and I'll color all the backgrounds? And I was like, that's fine with me, whatever you want to do. You'll let her get away with it this time? Okay, I'm just going to run a test run on these reds real quick just to make sure that they blend really well together. So this one is R89 and then R29. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. And then R27. But hers are different. I mean, the way she goes about the background is a little bit different than the way I go about the background. So it's better to have us both, so you can really see different styles and pick what you want from each one, what you learn from each one, and go from there. There we go. I think that blends really well. I think you could interchange 27 and 46 if you wanted. Let's see if I can get that in focus. Okay, there we go. So see how, I'm going to use my little pointer here. See how this one right here is 46 and this one is 27? And it's a little bit of a lighter than the 46, so you could swap those out. I'm not going to, but you could if you needed to. Oh, yeah, you bet. I know. Even my husband said when I got ready to lay down, he was like, they'd understand if you told them that you were getting a headache, and I was like, no. I mean, I like doing it. I mean, I love doing the lives, so I don't want to, and I need to do a marker maintenance video soon, because look at that. That's embarrassing. Okay. So the way that I do this one is I start kind of from the inside first. So I'm going to start with these artist drawn lines, and then I do these teeny tiny lines like all the way around this line. Some are going to be short, some are going to be longer, some are going to touch and some are not. So it's kind of a random, however you want to do it. But I do hold my marker pretty close to straight up and down, just to get those really fine brush strokes. You know, I almost said the word Jamie hates. And then I'm just going to keep going around here. So this one takes a little while because I do so many of these little brush strokes. But in the end, the technique, the look makes it so worth it. I kind of learned this from Jamie. I watched her do it and we talked about it and I was like, that's super cool. I think I'm going to do that too. And then we're also going to do those same kind of little brush strokes going this way. So you want to be really careful because you don't want to go into that green where his eye is. I mean, where his, you know, whatever you want to call this that holds his eyeball. Hi! How are you? Okay, so I'm going to keep going on this one. I'm going to do a little bit of, some people do their brush strokes away and some do them towards them. And tonight I'm going to do both. Sometimes I can do both and sometimes I can't. And if I'm not feeling it, then I'll turn it around and keep it going the same direction. But I seem to be feeling it tonight. So maybe that was the nap that helped. The nap before the lie. Sometimes they are so beneficial. So all the way, even this teeny tiny little space right here. And now we have to go the other way. We have this fly that got in our house this afternoon, and it has been driving me to the madhouse. I tried to get it a few times, but let me tell you, that's an entertaining thing to watch. Sandy try to swat the fly. We got some snails going on here. This one is currently sold out, but it is already on reorder, and we are waiting to get the shipping confirmation. So we're super excited it's going to be coming back in stock because it's a favorite of ours. So this is a lot of detail in the little bitty shell, but so worth it in the end. And this is not hard, it's just kind of a technique that you have to get used to doing. The first couple times you do it, or if you do like 300 of these like I've done before, you had to start over. Oh no, did you have to start over with your snail? Or with the video? So this part, I'm going to kind of turn this going this way because I want to keep my brush strokes going back and forth here like this, so I don't want to come down with that one, so I just made that a straight line. It's okay, you can catch up. I'm going to make some of these just a little bit longer. I want them to kind of go across the snail. Just don't go in his eyes. You could probably get away with it if you get it on this long thing, because you could just say he has a black, like he's bleeding or something. But you don't want to get it in the whites of his eyes, especially with red, because red doesn't push as easy as any other colors do. Red is very particular. And it is stubborn. It wants to stay where it's at. So now that I have that side over there done, I'm going to bring out a few more of these just a little bit further so we can give it a little bit more all the way across the shell. So see how cool that is? And we have only got one color in there. Super cool. So now there's a lot of little detailed lines in there with the darkest color. I don't do that many lines with these other colors because there's not as many colors. I mean, there's a lot of colors, but I don't want to put as many brush strokes in it because I want it to show a little bit more texture. So for this one, it's just going to be random. Like they're not close to one another like the other ones were. Because we'll fill it in with the next color. So these ones can go a little bit faster. Where the other step was a little bit slower and a little bit more definite on where I wanted it to go with it. But it's pretty cool, huh? I'm just pulling some into this teeny tiny area, and then this one. Now we gotta go this way. And I'm going to try really hard not to go in the same spot that I did on the opposite side. I want to try to go in between them to leave some gradient in there. Look at me and all my flicks going all different directions tonight. Feeling a little bit talented right now that I can even get these strokes going in all the different directions. I can tell you that is not the norm for me. You gotta get some in here, starting down this side of the shell. Okay, and over here. You gotta get some over here. There we go. Okay, now we got two colors in there. I did? Oh, you did. Oh, you had a drip. Ah. Were you taking both ends off or did you forget? I used to forget all the time. Doing the lives is what made me start remembering to do it. But I have really cold hands, so I never really had a whole lot of problem with drip anyway, because, you know, I'm always cold. So I hope I didn't say the F word. I don't think I did. Stupid autocorrect. This one is R27. Oh, did I say flick? Oh, you forgot to take the other cap off, man. I hate that. I did say flick. I'm telling you, I can't. It's just a habit. You know, when I was telling Jamie about that, she's like, I don't know why you say that all the time. Well, when I took the Copic certification classes, they teach it, they say flick. So and the first instructor I ever had also said flick. So I got so used to saying that for years and years and years, and then Jamie was like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like that word. So I've been trying to change it, but you're right. You could definitely hear me drop that F when I'm coloring. I can see me doing that. But I was like, oh no, the F word. I didn't think I said that. Look at how it's coming together. It's super cool. And you just keep putting them in there, sort of random. I mean, we will fill all of it in eventually. But for right now, what I'm doing is going around. I'm putting some little brush strokes all over in there. And then I'm also, because this is the mid-tone color, I'm also trying to make sure that the whole outline has some color on it right now. I think I need some more of this one in here. Maybe this way. Okay, there we go. You caught me. I didn't even notice I said it. Okay, so R46. This one is really close to the. It's like a mix from the 27. A little bit light, a little bit darker than the 27. So, I'm gonna kind of do a few back and forth, but very lightly. Because we'll do the back and forth with the last color to really blend them all together. But we're not going to do it a whole lot because we really want to keep that texture that we put in there, because we just worked so hard to get that texture in there. That we want to make sure we keep that texture. I also want to kind of close in any white I have close to where the shell kind of overlaps itself, just to keep that more dark and intense. I need a little bit more right here, right there. Okay, so that just leaves us a little bit of white area right now. And we're going to fill that in with the R24. So here we go. This is probably the snail that will take the longest, I think. So a little bit of back and forth, but very, very light pressure. Like barely putting that color down on the paper. Very light pressure. Because we want to fill in that white, but we don't want to do too much of a blend. This is hard for me to do because I am a blender. I have always said that. I love blending colors, so leaving texture is very hard for me. So very, very, very light pressure so we can keep that really light red in there. Oh, I knew Jack must be down there because he is snoring like a crazy dog. Okay, so there we go. Look at that nice, bright, shiny red shell. So you see the texture that we built in there with all those little brush strokes? It's super cool, huh? That snail is super cool. I think what I'm going to do is make the black dot in his eye, the pupil in his eye, a little bit darker, so that when it dries we can put some white in it, because that just really makes those eyes stand out. So I am going to make them a little bit bigger. Now he looks very funny. But we'll put the little whites in his eyes when it dries, because if you do it right now, the white gel pen will suck up some of that black and make it kind of gray. So yeah, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to put this little guy aside, and now we have these two. So let's do one with the tan-ish colors on the body. So I'm going to stick with 4 colors because that's what I used for the body before. So this one is going to be 37, 35, 33, and 31. And I think I'm going to do this one next, and we'll save this one to play with some other, whatever you guys, maybe a yellow green or something for his little body and make him more of a slug. You're silly. E37, E35, E33, and E31. So this is going to make this slug more of a brownish color. And I think for the snail, I'm going to use these colors. And then I might pull in the darker one for the spots, but I haven't decided that yet. So we'll just roll with these colors for now. And you guys throw out what color you think we should do the shell on this one. And then I'll pick a color. Okay, so this is E37, and I want to start by doing what's closest to the shell. And because it's a slug and he doesn't have a lot of lines and texture to him, I'm going to kind of make it a little bit of a straight line around that underside. And I'm going to skip the little spots. I'm just going to color around the spots, which is a little bit challenging, but once you've done it a few times, it's kind of okay. And if you don't want to do that, you can always color it without skipping the dots. I'm see if I can zoom in just a little bit more. For some reason, my every time I tried to touch my camera to zoom in, it asked me if I want to invite Julie to the live. Are you thinking you wanted to be on it, Julie? Okay, that might be a little bit easier to see. It was looking like I was struggling with seeing the little spots on that. So I wanted to zoom in just a little bit more. I'm going to put just a teeny bit of dark right here, just to kind of accent that that's where his neck is. A little bit here and down here. And then I'm going to put over this fold that he has right there. Maybe some along here, and along here, and then along here. And then right up by his eyeball, just like we did on the other one. This one sort of stamped a little dark, but I'm still going to put the brown on there anyway, so I think it's helpful. All right. I'm going to need a 2-day marker cleaning session going on after I get back from this trip. That might be what I do for my birthday. Clean my markers. Yay! E35. So I'm going to extend out from where I put the 37. Again, I'm skipping these little spots because I haven't decided if I'm going to make them brown or a different color. So just kind of skipping them so it gives me the opportunity to choose whatever I want to do with them. So that takes a little bit of time, but I don't mind if you don't mind. So putting the shadow on the back side of him, hoping that the sunlight is in front of him, or the rain, because slugs like to come out in the rain. I haven't seen anyone pick any colors. Nobody wants to pick colors tonight. You don't have to. But I want to give you lots of time in case you want to. I'm going to go along the front of this little leg right there too. Isn't he cute? These snails are so much fun. You can just color them so many different ways. They're like the fish to me. It was easy doing the fish because I could color them so many different techniques and different things that I really enjoyed coloring them, and these snails as well. So this is more like our true colors, so it's going to be used the most. Ooh, maybe on the next one we'll do some of that, like stippling, is that what it's called? Technique, and give it a little bit different texture than what we got going on right now. Just so it'll be a little different than the other ones. We only have one more color to go. Really? The slug is the Washington State? Huh. Wow, I wonder how many people actually have slugs that are not in their gardens, but are actually something that they want to have or collect. That's funny. The slug. I wonder who decides that. Like, is armadillo the Texas, or does Texas have something else? I can't remember. I don't know. I never really learned. I never really retained that, I don't think. I know we're the yellow rose. I know that part. So this color, this 31, it really is a color pusher and mover as well. So it really helps texturize this little snail. They're everywhere. Wow. I swear ours should be crickets. You know, we have like a cricket season where there's so many crickets, it's obnoxious. Ew, and they gross me out. When I was younger, I remember if I used to have to stop and get gas or go in a gas station or something, they were all over the walls. It was so nasty. And I am not a bug person. And these snails are really cute to color, and I think they're adorable, and I love them. But in real life, I'm not a bug person. I see a bug, I scream. Literally. Ask Glenda. I did it at her house. Scared the crap out of her. Okay, so now we have his little skin done. It's not, it looks really smooth on the camera, I think, but it's not really as smooth as it looks. See how it has some different texture in it. There's a leopard slug. Really dark greens. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave those dots alone for now, and depends on what color we do the shell, maybe I'll pull some of that color into the slug as well. So we'll hold off on that. Hey, can you turn that fan off, because it's making me very cold. A leopard slug. Go figure that. Okay, let's see. What colors do I want to play with tonight? I always try to see if I can find colors that I don't use as often.
Windows sign in window.
Are you messing with my work computer? It's saying Windows sign in. Okay, maybe let's do it. I think I want to do it like a turquoisey blue. So maybe let's try mixing up some of them and see what we can come up with. I bet we can come up with something super cool. We're going to have to swatch it out, though. You guys ready to swatch it out? 18. I think I want to try... Let's put this one in there. And then we'll come back to this one. And then maybe this one. Okay. Love teals. Okay, we're about to play with some serious colors here. We're going to swatch this out. BG 75, BG 18, then B16. Then we'll go back to BG 13 and then BG 32. Let's see if these will blend well together. I don't know, but we'll try it. And if it doesn't, we'll substitute something. So let's start with BG 75. And that's more muted out. And then BG 18. Nice. That's a very nice transition right there. I like that. And then let's try this B16. Ooh, I think we could get away with that. I think I might want to put 16 in front of 18, though. So let's try that. Let's change it up a little bit. So there's the 78. And then here's the 16. Yeah, that's nice. And then here's the BG 18, which kind of brings it back into more of a green, less of a blue. And then the BG 13, which now brings it into a brighter color. I wonder if this would have blended better with this one. Give or take. And then this BG 32. Oh, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I like it. It's got that big, stark blue in there that's going to change everything, I think. So let's try it. Looks like they blend well together, so let's roll with it and see what happens. So BG 75. Oh, maybe we should use 78. It's a little bit darker. Let's see, 78. Yeah, let's use 78 instead of 75 so we can get those really dark lines in there. So 78, and then we're going to do 16. Then we're going to go to BG 18, and then 13, and then BG 32. So this is our combos. BG 78, B16, BG 18, 13, and then 32. And we're going to roll with that. Here we go. Hey, Mom, you still here? You sure are quiet tonight. BG 78. Oop, look, I put it in upside down. We lost a few people. Did I freak them out? Or did they get tired? Okay. So this shell, we're going to do a little bit of that same technique here. But under here, this part of the shell is a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is put a line in here where this shell bends a little bit. And then straight underneath this big part of the shell. And then I'm going to come out here. I'm going to do a little bit from this corner, so I want to keep that darker. And I'm going to do all along, being very careful not to touch those spots. And get him some form going. Yay! Still here, Rinska. I'm glad. And then we're going to start doing this same type of technique here that we did on the last one. Except instead of going back and forth, we're going to be going around the shell. So we got to get some curvy going on here. And then up in here where it's real close to the shell, I'm just going to deepen that really, really well. And then I'm going to start going around here. So we're kind of staying with the shape of the shell. So as I'm going around, I'm turning it so that I can keep the strokes going in the correct direction. Now I'm going to go away from myself because I'm feeling ambitious tonight. Oh, my watch says I finished a ring. I achieved a goal today. See, did you know coloring could achieve those goals as well? Who'd have thought? And I want this, I'm going to do a little bit here, but not a lot, because I want this to start going like this here. So now, we got to do this part right here. Now I'm going to do this one just a little bit thicker here and closer together, because I want it to look like it's very dark along this ridge here. So a little bit closer together than I did the other ones. Alright, and then I'm going to start coming down from this one. Definitely leaving those spaces again. So it's kind of following that same technique we did on the last one. So if you were coloring with me, you could get that practice of doing the technique more than once. And we'll switch it up a little bit for the next snail. And I made you guys dizzy swishing this little snail around. There he is. See? It looks a little funny with having that. I'll have all the design in that knot, but I think it's going to look good when we get done. Okay, so here's where we decided to stick in our B color instead of a BG color. So this one, I'm definitely going to try to fill in some of these empty spaces with this color so it stays pretty prominent. Oops. I think I'm going to pull towards me. There we go. And then here's where I'm going to do away from me. In these empty spaces in between. To get that blue color really in there. Because I want it to show up. And the rest of them are BG colors. So I'm using this one a little bit more. I'm using it a little bit more than I normally would this second color. Just because it's so different from all the other colors that we're using in this. So I want it to really stand out and really look like a two-tone shell when I get done. So this looks really neat. I know he's snoring loud. You guys can hear him, huh? Yeah, he does snore loud. It's because he's a chubby little dude. And it's almost a whine. When a long time ago, I was worried when he would make that noise because I thought he was like having bad dreams or something. But he really just makes a lot of noise. I guess if he was a human, he'd be talking in his sleep. But yes, he is making a lot of noise right now. And sometimes I wake him up because he makes too much noise. But I was concentrating so hard on this little snail that I kind of was tuning him out. But he certainly does snore. Okay, now I'm going to come down here and just extend out where I had put this this other color. So you can see how it blends well with this blue-green color. even when it's right up next to it. It blends really well. Yours are behind you snoring too? Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of snoring going on in your world right now. My dog and yours. Yeah, it's kind of cute when they do it. Unless you're, you know, trying to hear TV or something like that and they're sitting right beside you and then it drives you crazy. Okay, BG18 is next. It's teal. This is teal blue. So bringing in that teal color that you said you like. And kind of going back a little bit to the blue-green. So I just want to make sure I'm doing it in brush strokes and not blending. You know, because if I blend, I might lose some of my blue that I put in there. This is my third color. So normally I would use this one way more liberally, but because we have those two colors, we're doing just a little bit of a different technique. A different process with that one. And I mean, again, my pressure on these brush strokes is so very light. I'm not pressing very hard on the paper at all. They are very, very light brush strokes. He'll wake you up. My dog has done that before. But usually it's because he's sleeping right next to me and it's much louder when he's right up by your head. He really does like to sleep right next to me. Dale says he doesn't jump up on the bed as much when I'm not home. But I can always tell that he missed me because he does this thing when I come home after I've been gone a while where he walks around me in the house when I'm wearing shorts and he licks the back of my leg. And I'm like, stop licking my legs. And he'll just keep doing it. It's just like one little quick lick and I'm like, stop doing that. Okay, BG13 is second to the last color that we're going to use. This one's going to start brightening it up just a little bit. Making it a little more of the green, a little less of the blue, so it's going to really brighten it. So here we go. I'm going to do really long strokes with this one just to get some of this color in there. And then we're going to leave a little bit of the white to finish it off with. The last color. This is pretty color. I like how it's coming out. Don't you like when we play with new colors, new combos? I love it. Jamie keeps telling me I need to make some new swatches for you guys with some of these colors I play with, but I haven't had time to do that yet. Because when we do that, then we have to color them all. And I just haven't had time to color that many. And I almost think that this is the best color to do these spots. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with them right now with this color. See? Super cute. You can't, it looks like you can't see it quite as well from your view, but when I hold it up, you'll be able to see it. It's so far away and it's such a light color, but it's super cute. I like it. Hey, honey, I'm going to be such a pain. Can you turn that fan back on? Swamp People swatches. Yes, wouldn't that be fun? We should do that. Okay, BG32, this is the last one. So this one's going to be a very light touch, but filling in all the white. So there might be some back and forth to make sure we get all that white, but very light touch. Don't touch heavily. We want to keep it really light, back and forth, back and forth. This is going to if you touch it really, really light, then this is going to leave our texture in there. If we wanted to blend it better, we would do a heavier touch. Because that'll put a lot more ink on the paper and it will make the colors blend together more. But we just want that very, very light. Jerry Garcia, slug. Look at how cute he is. That came out really well, and that left a lot of texture. So now, if I hold it up, you can see that blue in those spots. Looks really cute. See, that shell is neat. I like the two-tone blues in there. I think they came out really good. So now we have a bluish green, tealish slug, and a red slug. So I am going to pull out the white gel pen and do his eyes while I'm thinking about it, because if I don't, I might forget. So I'm just going to put his little eyes. And then I'm going to do this one. That little white just really, it really makes a difference. I like it. Okay, one more. We ready for one more? One more. One more snail. I like those colors. If you want to see them one more time, this is what we used. Doesn't look like something people would normally pick up and use, but hey, I'll try anything once. Okay. Now, let's go. So if I'm going to go with like more of a bright yellow green color for his body, then I think we should oh, you like them? Then I think we should pick a color that'll, like a shell color that'll go with like something like this. Something like really, really light. I don't generally do this color for a slug, but let me swatch this. This is YG17. YG17 is one of my favorite greens. In fact, I kind of pulled out all my favorite greens. This is YG25. So it's very similar to the 17, just a tad bit lighter. And then YG03, which is even lighter than that. And then YG21, which brings it way more back to the yellowish color. Okay. So I think we're going to roll with that. So now we need to pick a color for the shell that's going to be different than that. I mean, that's going to match with that. So I'll get started. You guys think about it and throw out some colors that you think might go well with our little yellow-green slug. And we're going to put some accents in, then we'll kind of color them in, and then we'll go in and start doing some stippling on him. A little bit different than how, I think, than how Jamie normally does it, but that's how I roll. YR07. YR07. Orange. Oh yeah, we could do that. Orange would probably look good with this. Again, I'm going to skip all these little circles if I can. I think I just colored red over top of those, but you can, or you can skip them, or whatever works best for you. Sometimes I just color them all in. Sometimes I try to skip them. I'm going to try to skip them today, so we can put a different color in there. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit on this little thingy here that I think makes him look like an old man. Up here, closest to his eye. I like to make that the darkest because it gives it more definition up there. I'm going to do a little bit between these little spots right here too. And we'll bring some more of this color back in when we do some of that stippling. Hi, Michelle. What did you miss? Would you like to see real quick? Missed red snail. And then we did blue and blue-green together for this snail. So we're doing 3 snails tonight for ATC. So we have those 2 and this one. And this is from our, I never can remember the name of this stamp set. But I had it sitting out here just a second ago, so, oh, there it is. Don't hurry. Don't hurry. It's out of stock right now, but we have it on reorder, so it should be here in a couple weeks. But I thought he was great for the critter ATC. Little slugs. Plus I wanted to show you guys how cute they are. They're so cute. They're super fun to color because you can make them any color you want. And you can hear my dog still. He's very much in his deep realm sleep going on over there. So just pulling out from where I put those colors, skipping the little circles so we can bring in some color from the shell on his body. I like to do that. You don't have to. You can make it a darker green or lighter green or whatever, but a rainbow one? I might could do that. I mean, it's not that big of an environment. I should be able to do it. I'll try. I'm okay with trying. Rainbow would probably look really good with this green. You want some snails so you can make rainbow snails? Oh, look, I almost forgot this part back here. This is like the little back of the tail, like the back of the slug. And I almost always forget to color that when I'm doing it. A rainbow sounds like fun. And I think we can do that. Okay. YG03. Are you loving that? Do you ever burn your fingers with that? Here, let me see.
Yeah, I burn it when I do this.
So, you know, you can buy little finger thingies that you put on your fingers to protect them when you do that.
I'm not worried about it.
Did you know that? Would you like me to get you some?
No, I'm okay with my finger prints being burned off.
My husband's using the heat gun, and I could tell he was over there, like, burning his fingers. So this is the second to the last color, so I'm putting a bunch more. I'm using this as more of my true color, so I'm using a lot more of it. So that's why you see a lot more. I like to leave this little space right here for the lightest color to really make it look like his skin is folding, or whatever you call it. Skin, sluggish, body. And I want to put in that that yellow green, but I don't want to make him too yellow. I want to leave that, I want him to be green, not yellow. Is there a spot on the website that will notify you when they are back in stock? Oh, I know when they're back in stock because I do the bookkeeping for the stock. So I know when they're back. I know when we get them. But we usually will share cards or posts that say, "Hey, such and such is back in stock." Like right now, the baby dragons are in stock. But if you've wanted the baby dragons and you don't have them yet, you probably might want to order them real soon because they're selling real fast. And I'm pretty sure after the next show we won't have any again for the 4th time. So filling in this little guy, kind of going to use that back and forth. This I am smoothing out a little bit. I'm leaving some texture, but some of it, I'm smoothing it out a little bit. But yeah, it should be we'll know when we have, like I can tell you guys on the lives here, but we'll know when we have the tracking number and it's on the way. We don't have a tracking number just yet for them, so we're still waiting on that. But we were hoping to get them before Florida, but we didn't. We're not gonna have them in time for Florida, but we will probably have them for Georgia. Okay, there he is in all his green, yellow glory. All right, so when I do rainbow, I am not as savvy with rainbow as Jamie is, so I'm going to have to swatch my colors. Also, Jamie knows the exact order of rainbow colors, and I don't. It's like, there's definitely going to be some purple in it, I can tell you that. But when we swatch a rainbow color, you have to swatch them going both ways, like when you go out of one color and into the next color, because if you don't, then you sometimes they just don't blend the way that you want them to blend. So let's see. I think we're purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Okay, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Okay. So I think B12. Okay, I think these are going to be my blue colors. So hang in there for a second. Let me see if I can. I'm going to pull this blue that I did from the other snail shell. And then green. I wonder if this is darker than that. Oh, it is. Okay. So we'll use this green. And then maybe we'll use this one and this one. All right, I'm getting there. Hold tight. Yellow, orange, red, orange. I think we wanted YR07 in there. So I'm not sure. That might be too big of a jump. Let's see, maybe this one, and this one, and this one, and we'll do these. And then we need some red. And you know, because if we're doing red, we gotta use my favorite red. Maybe we'll use this red. This one, and this one, and this one. All right, I got our rainbow colors. Here they are. Now we're gonna test them out real quick and see what we think. I gotta move my other snails out of the way. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start with purple. This is V17, V15, and V12. And then we're going to move into blue. So this is Oh, yes, very good. So this is B12, B16. That's a pretty big jump. B18, very dark blue. Okay, so far so good. Then we're going to go to G07. Oh yes, I can make that work. And then YG25. And then we're going to do YG01. Oops, I didn't put a yellow in there. So purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So I need yellow. I forgot the yellow. Hold on. Hold please. 13. Let's try this one. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we're going to go from that yellow green to yellow. That's going to be a good one. And that was Y11, and this is Y13. These yellows are looking the same. Maybe I may want to change that up a little bit. Yeah. I definitely want to use this Y18, but I think I need to do 13 and take 11 out and use 15 instead. So let's restart this. This is the YG21 where we were happy to that point. And then Y13 instead of 11. That's good. That's a bigger jump. I needed that bigger jump. And then 15 will start moving us into that orange-ish color. Oops, wrong end. This is 18. Yep, nice. Happy so far. This is YR12. So this is moving more into orange. And then YR04. And here's your YR07. And then we're going to do R39. That one might be too much. Let's try 37 instead. Yeah, 37 is going to be better. So again, restarting with our last one we were happy with, which is YR07. Then we're going to go to, better, R37, R46, yep, and then R24. We'll end it out. And there we go. All right, so they work. Those are our colors. All right, here we go. Here we go, rainbow in it. I'm going to leave them down here. I'm not going to put them, I'm not going to try to mix them all into these, the little Copic stand, but I will put the caps in there so you can see what color I'm on. So here we go. V17 is first. So we are going to start around the bottom of the shell. I think I need a new nib on this one. And this is small spaces, so we're not going to be able to put a lot or make it really long. It's just going to be a small area with that color in it. And we're not going to do both sides of the shell because we'll be doing, you're going rogue. You're going rogue with me? Yay! I like rogue. I have no problems with people who are, when I'm teaching, with people who go rogue at all. But I am going to make a little note here that says, because I'll forget later, B17 needs a new nib. So I can do that later. Okay, B15 is going to be next. And we're going to keep going, extending out from where we are. I really want to keep these in the brush stroke pattern though. So that's going to be a little bit challenging. We can do it. I believe in us. All right, there we go. So we got some purple going on. You're not a huge rainbow fan? I mean, I wouldn't say I am either. I do think that I see a lot of snails and hermit crabs with colored shells, and I think it's really pretty. So that's why I didn't mind like running with the rainbow. But normally I let Jamie do all the rainbows because she likes it and she's good at it, and it comes easier to her than it does to me. But I think this snail will look really good with the rainbow-ish shell. Okay, so we have, that's it for our purple. I'm only doing 3 color combos, 3 marker color combos. So B12 is next, and we're gonna go from, that marker feels weird. Or maybe it's where I'm touching it on the paper or something. Okay. It just feels like it's not really laying the color down right. It just feels weird. Okay, so when we do rainbows, we have to go back and forth with the colors. So we have some blue in there. I know rainbows are popular and I'll make him adorable. He almost looks like a tie-dye right now. So when I start the new color, I always go back one time with the previous color, just so I can get a better blend in here with that. So I'm going back with the V12 to just kind of go over this, where the line is that those 2 colors meet. Just to kind of give it a little bit more of a mixture in the colors. I think that worked really well. Oh, show my piece of paper with the colors on it. Yes, so you can take a screenshot. See, perfect. Yes, I always swatch my colors out unless I absolutely know that they're going to work. And sometimes I know they're going to work before we do it, but I need you to see how we do it so you can feel more comfortable with that. So that's kind of why I do it. So for this one, because that's the end of the shell back there, I just went ahead and used that. Just did it from the other angle. But see, this one, because the colors are getting darker, normally I would just come from this end, but I really want this to be the green color and the blues in the middle. So I'm going to have to be really careful, and I'm going to have to do some back and forth. So I'm just going to do a few like brush strokes to get this color in here. And I really want them to not be thick ones. So before I go back with that last color, I'm going to go ahead and come in with this darkest color. Aw, I hope it doesn't keep up. But we're almost done. This is our last snail too, so. And you know, we all need sleepy sleep sometimes, so. You could always catch the replay if you really want to see how it turns out. Okay, so now they look like they're not blended. So now we have to go back through the previous B colors to really, we won't have to do this with green because we can start from the other end. But I'm just kind of going over this to get a little bit better blend with these colors. So I don't want to go any further up this snail because I need 3 colors in here. So this is the one, B12. This is B12. This is where we're getting that, we're going back over it to get that smooth transition. Notice how I don't stay very long in one spot because I don't want to put too much color in there. I want to give it time to work itself out. And right now what I'm doing is going over those harsh lines to kind of get them to blend out a little bit better. And since we came back into this purple area, we're going to have to come back over it with that purple color one more time. This is the reason why rainbows are challenging to me, is how many times you have to keep going back and forth over them. But look at how that blends so well together now. But the going back and forth is hard for me. I like it. Oh my gosh. Good night, Rinska. I don't know why it's freezing. It's weird. So sorry. Okay, so green time. This is going to be G07. I think I'm going to keep going this direction because now I'm going to start with the darkest shade and get lighter. If I was starting with the dark, with the lightest color, I'd go from the other end, but I like to go dark to light. YG25. This is, I don't want to go past the hump part of this shell, so we're just going to put a bit of green in here. And then when I come in with the last green, I'm going to do it, I'm going to come in from the other angle. So from here out to blend these colors. So far, so good. I would say I'm fairly happy with this rainbow blend of colors. And I usually am not, but I'm pretty happy with that. It still has some texture in the shell and still getting what we want. We have 3 more colors, so I'm going to put one color here, and then this one's going to lead into the back one a little bit, and then the last color will be the tip of the shell, which is going to be the red. So yellow is next. Your hubby needs a can of oil. Yes, because the chair squeaks. Yeah, we've been wanting to throw that chair away for a long time, but it's so stinking comfortable. It's just, it's hard to get rid of something, even if it's ugly and rickety and squeaky, when it's so comfy. It's kind of like that one you always see where the dad always has like a recliner that he won't get rid of and no one wants to look at it. That chair is an eyesore, but it's so comfortable. Jamie always calls it her chair because she likes it when she's here too. It's because it's just comfortable, a chair. But it's not comfortable color and work comfortable, because it doesn't, yeah, it's just not. So that's why I don't use it as my craft chair, but it's a lounging, it's very good for a lounging, TV lounging chair. Okay, so we have all 3 of our yellow colors in there. And now I'm going to come back with the lightest one that we're using, which is Y13. And just kind of blend this out a little bit to kind of blend those 2 colors together, those 3 colors together a little better. So there's our yellow, and then our yellow is going to turn into orange. So this is orange. So YR12 is the first one. So I guess I could come from this angle right here. To put that yellow and orange together. It kind of looks like it's a lot more clear when I'll hold it up, because it looks like just one color, but it's not. It really has yellow and orange in it. So I think I would have been happy. I'm going to throw this Y11. I just can't let go of that Y11. I don't know why, but I think this will brighten it up a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little more of that Y11 because I need that yellow in there. It'll just make me happy. Yeah, there we go. Starting to bring out that yellow a little bit more. And when I put the next color of orange, that will really make that other part orange, and then you'll be able to see the yellow a little better. So I'm going to put a little bit of this second to the last orange just where these two shells meet. And then I'm going to go into this shell with it. Huh?
Shelby looking good.
Shelby looking good? Yeah, show will. YR07. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to get all the reds in there. Okay. So, R37 is our darkest red. It looks great. You like it? Yay! So R37 is our darkest one. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that one in there. And I mean a little bit. I may only get 2 reds in here, but I think that's okay. It's because we got a much smaller shell. So I might skip my favorite color, which is the R46, and I'm just going to do the R24. I think they'll still blend well together. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I am going to come back with this YR07 and give this a little bit smoother transition between these two, the yellow and the red. I mean the orange and the red. Just kind of give that a little bit smoother transition. I do want to hit this YR04 one more time just to get all of that going. There we go. And now we have to choose which color we want to put on the snail, right, in his spots. Let's do the YR07 because it's far away, and originally we had somebody said they wanted YR07 on this, so we're going to put YR07 on his spot. There we go. So now for this guy, I'm also going to do his little eyeballs a little bit bigger. So I can put the little white dots in them. But we gotta let them dry first. They all look great. You like them? That was some serious rainbow coloring right there. I need to put R46 back because I didn't use that one. That was a lot of markers tonight. So we have a snail rainbow. There we go. These are the 3 that we did tonight. See how much better it looks with the white gel pen in his eye? I think we can probably put this one in now. He's so funny. I kind of went a little bit over, so I'm just going to fix that. So he definitely has a line underneath the white. I went just a little bit over that, but be careful not to go over your white gel pen with your black pen because it will clog up the nib on the multi-liner if you touch the white. So do as I say, don't do as I just did. You like them? You like them snails? Yay! Oops. All right, zooming out. Look at all those awesome colors. There we go. See, that was fun. Aw. Thanks so much for hanging out the whole time for all of them. We did good. We colored those pretty quick. See, these are a quick color. I like to color these little snails because you can just whip through them pretty quick. And that rainbow, that yellow is very vibrant. It doesn't look like it on the TV screen to me, but when I look at it in person, you can definitely tell there's different between the yellow, the green, the orange, and the red. I mean, like, it's really obvious. But super fun. Jamie will be so proud that we have a rainbow snail. And I would recommend watching Jamie's videos of how to do the snails, because I just can't stop myself. Like right now, it's just killing me. I need to have a little bit more dark in here, because I feel like I lost a little bit of that going over and over it with the other color. I don't think I need to go over it with anything else, because it's okay to have some of the lines in here, because that's the bottom of the shell. But see, I like that better. I needed that darker back in there, because you know I'm a purple girl. I gotta have my purple in there. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I still have 3 people here. Whoop whoop. So thanks for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow because we're going to be babysitting Cooper. So he'll probably be in bed by the time I go live. So you probably won't hear him. But, so I know I'll be home tomorrow. I know I said I wasn't sure, but I'm definitely going to be here. So I will do a live tomorrow night as well. So I'll see you guys then. Bye. Thanks for watching.